This is an enlightening Zen tale that tells you exactly how you will find your purpose. Watch till the end for the answers you're looking for. Ryo was a young man living in the isolated village of Amawakuni, tucked away among the lush hills of rural Japan. He had been raised to believe that one must discover their life's purpose in order to live a meaningful and fulfilled life. But despite his enthusiasm and optimism, he felt lost and aimless, uncertain where to turn next. As luck would have it, Ryo stumbled upon an old monk named Kogen while wandering through the forest. Kogen was renowned throughout the region for his sagacious teachings of Buddha and his remarkable ability to guide others on paths of self-discovery. Kogen welcomed Ryo with open arms and invited him to stay at his temple so they could journey together toward enlightenment. Ryo accepted the offer with gratitude, and over the next several months he became a devoted student of Kogen's teachings. As their bond deepened, they decided to take their studies on the road, setting out to explore Buddhist temples across Japan. The two of them traveled from place to place, visiting ancient shrines and sacred sites where they could further their understanding of Buddhist philosophy and deepen their connection to the divine. Everywhere they went, Ryo was filled with awe at the beauty of his homeland and humbled by its rich spiritual history. He felt like he had been given a rare chance to experience something special and was determined to make the most of it. At each stop along their journey, Kogen would provide invaluable insights into Buddhism, while also encouraging Ryo to think for himself and find his own answers in life. They discussed questions about existence, explored concepts of morality, meditated together in peaceful gardens, and even took part in traditional ceremonies, like sutra chanting or tea ceremony. The two of them continued traveling for weeks at a time until eventually Ryo had gained enough knowledge that he was ready to return home and begin living according to his newfound wisdom. Though sad to see him go, Kogen gave him one last piece of advice. Remember that no matter where you are or what you do in life, your true purpose is always within you. With these words ringing in his ears, Ryo set off on his own path towards enlightenment, with newfound clarity and confidence. Upon returning to Amawakuni, Ryo was eager to share his newfound wisdom with the people of his village. He began giving talks in the local temple, offering guidance on how to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. At first, only a few people were interested in his teachings, but as word spread more and more, people began showing up at the temple to hear what he had to say. Ryo's talks gradually evolved into full-fledged classes, where he could provide even more detailed instruction on Buddhist philosophy and meditation practices. Soon enough, the townspeople were flocking to his lectures every week, eagerly soaking up every last word that he said. He taught them about how to live a life of compassion and kindness towards others, while also encouraging them to look inward for their own answers and find their own paths towards enlightenment. Through stories from his own travels and anecdotes from ancient sutras, Ryo was able to captivate audiences with vivid tales of spiritual exploration that would stay with them long after they left the temple. Before long, people throughout Amawakuni had embraced Ryo's teachings and were following his advice in pursuit of inner peace and understanding. Thanks to Ryo's guidance, many of them had found renewed purpose in life, a sense of direction that they never thought was possible before. And though Kogen wasn't there to see it all unfold himself, Ryo knew that somewhere out there he must be smiling proudly at how far his student had come since joining him on that fateful journey so many months ago. The news of Ryo's success eventually reached Kogen, who decided that it was finally time to come back and visit Amawakuni. He arrived in the town with a newfound sense of admiration for what Ryo had accomplished and a deep appreciation for the spiritual growth he had witnessed in the people of his former home. Everywhere he went, Kogen was welcomed with open arms as people thanked him for introducing them to a life of enlightenment through his teachings. Kogen and Ryo soon reunited in the same temple where they had first met so many months ago. They spent hours talking about their experiences since then, sharing stories from their travels and reflecting on how much they had both grown during their time apart. Though filled with sadness at having to part ways again so soon, they parted on good terms, knowing that no matter what happened in life, they would always have each other's backs. And as Kogen watched Ryo walk away one last time, he couldn't help but feel proud, for his student had truly become an enlightened master in his own right. Word of Ryo's successful teachings spread far and wide, eventually reaching other towns and villages throughout Japan. People from all walks of life began to flock to Amawakuni in droves, eager to learn the same wisdom that had so profoundly changed the lives of the locals. Ryo welcomed everyone with open arms, teaching them about meditation, Buddhist philosophy, and how to live a life of compassion and kindness towards others. He taught them how to look inward for their own answers and find their own paths towards enlightenment. Through stories from his own travels and anecdotes from ancient sutras, Ryo was able to captivate audiences with vivid tales of spiritual exploration that would stay with them long after they left the temple. As time went on, more and more people came to hear Ryo's teachings, some traveling from miles away just for the chance to learn from him. Ryo found joy in being able to share his knowledge with others, seeing firsthand how his words could help people make sense of their lives in ways they never thought possible before. He soon became a beloved figure throughout the region as people praised him for providing such invaluable guidance during times when it seemed like there were no clear answers in sight. Thanks largely in part to Ryo's teachings, Amawakuni was quickly becoming known as a place of great spiritual significance, one where anyone seeking enlightenment could come and find solace among like-minded individuals who shared similar goals. It was an inspiring sight, one that Kogen had hoped for all those months ago when he first brought Ryo back home with him. And while Ryo's wise mind had certainly taught him many things during his travels, none was more valuable than the lesson of how to find your own purpose in life. He had come to understand that everyone's path to enlightenment would be unique, and that it was up to each individual to discover their own truth and live a life of peace and harmony with those around them. Ryo knew that no matter where he went or what he did, his greatest legacy would be the knowledge he imparted on others, the same knowledge that had changed his life so profoundly. It was this wisdom, more than anything else, that would continue on as a testament to the power of finding one's true purpose in life.
If you enjoyed this story, you will love this inspirational video next. Like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to keep you motivated and mindful every day.